Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a reading journal and sit down with how I've worked out, is that the right word? How I want to do my reading journal. I am not very well right now, so I hope everybody had a good Christmas and I hope you all have a good New Year. Stay safe, don't forget. I saw somebody on YouTube that did this type of reading journal, and I thought this might work for me. I will link that video down below. Also, I have a nice hot tea, peach tea with lemon, just to help me with my cold, so I do apologise. I have quite a festive Starbucks mug, it's a colour changing one. So anyway, as you all know, I love my Kindle. I have this Kindle, it's the previous generation, so it's the 4th generation. It's in the Twilight Blue, with the original Twilight Blue cover that you can get with it from Amazon. It has Amazon written in the bottom, doesn't really bother me. It's not in your face, it's very subtle. And it's the same with on the inside cover, it's only down here, it's not a big issue for me. I'm reading The Glass of Thrones right now, I'm at page 60, so 60 page, I'm at 60% of the book. Yeah, I am slowly getting through it. I don't think I'm going to finish it before the end of this year, which you'll see that I put it in this year of my reading log. So before we jump into that, I will turn the camera around and focus down. So I have two, and I have them in the Archer and Olive books. This is the chunky one, this is the 192 pages. I could have got the 160 pages, but I decided to go for the 192 because this is my reading review log. So this will have all my reviews and what I thought of the books, because some of the time I do read the books but I've given them like 4 stars or 5 stars, and then I'll reread it again and then I'll find that I didn't actually enjoy it as what I enjoyed it last time. So that is the reason why I am doing a reading review log. So this is my reading review log, and then I bought that from, I want to say Paper Dream, but I will link it down below where I got it from, and they were really quick at getting it here. And then I got this one off of eBay. Somebody had it and they didn't like the size, so they ended up, they hadn't even used it. It was pretty much brand new. I love this size. This is the 8x8, which is the square. It's the same, I think it's like a star design, but don't quote me on it. But it's absolutely gorgeous with this gold foiling on it, and it's a cloth. They're both cloth bound, and as you can see, my camera is giving a bit of a shadow on top of me because I've got all my lights on in here, because it is absolutely really badly lighting outside. Because I'm in a flat, we have a window right here which is facing a fence, which doesn't bring in much light. We have one biggish window over there, doesn't really bring in much light, and then the rest of it is just pitch black because it's not much, there's no other windows in this room. So this is the reason why I have to have these lights on. Anyway, so this is my reading log, and this will just keep all my tallies of what I've done each year in a line with how many stars I give it. So I will go into a bit more detail on that. So I have them, I think it kind of works well with my Kindle because they're in the same blue family. This is more like a greeny blue, but this is more, I say more greeny blue. It's more bluey than I thought, and it's really, really nice. The quality of these Archer and Olives are really good quality. If you've seen my other channel, which is Lilac's Corner, I do a lot of crafting and journaling. I use a ring bound planner mainly, but last year I decided to do a bullet journal. So I used a Dimplex planner, and it's a lot thinner than this. It's a lot thinner pages, and this is a lot thicker. It's nice, it's white. The only reason I went for the dim backs was because it helps the WYF, other than that. But these are really good quality for how much you're paying. They are a bit expensive. They're £30 or £25 to £30. They are expensive. But I knew I wanted something to be sturdy for my reading logs and my reading reviews. So that's the reason why. So let's just turn the camera around and let's jump in, shall we? And I'll see you in a bit. So I've swapped the camera around. I am going to be drinking my tea. Just because I am not feeling very well. So, as you can see, I've got them all lined out. We'll go from the big one to the small one because the big one's the main one. This one is for something else. So here's my Kindle. So I'm going to move that one over as well. Right. So these are the Archer and Olive journals, and it does pick up some dust and fluff. So just to pre-warn you. So yeah, this is the 8x8 dot grid. I am in love with this. I love the colour. I love everything about it. So yeah, it has an elasticated closure and a pen loop as well. So the pens that I use are a white gel pen, just in case you make any mistakes. I'm not too worried if I make too many mistakes, and you'll see my mistakes in the other one. I also have Tombow Fudinesque hard small tip brush tip, the hard one and the soft one in the small tips. So they're not the big duo pen ones. I then have some drawing pens. Now, I really don't mind which drawing pens I use. Excuse me. My first set that I've ever had was the Faber-Castell Artist Pit pens, because I was studying art and design, and I've always used those pens. These ones here are absolutely fantastic. They are amazing. Jupa, I think they're called, but these are my new ones I have just ordered. I have 2 in 1.0. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it to focus. No. There we go, 1.0, 0.1, and I also have the 0.2, if I can get that to come up. There we go, 0.2. So the reason why I've gone for these is because I wanted a thin line, and they are amazing at doing that. Then I have the Micron 08, which is the chunky. It's a chunky nib. It gives you a bit fatter lines, but yes. So those are my 3 drawing pens. Then I have, what are these called? Energel pens. I think it's Pentel Energel. And this one's in the 0.5 nib. I love the 0.5. You can get refills for these, so I have a lot of these barrels. So yeah, those are the pens that that's the pen that I tend to use for writing in. And then I have a 30cm or 12-inch plastic see-through ruler with BTS, their BT21 characters on it. So yeah, I just have that on the back because it was just to keep it from slipping around. So as we get into this, I am going to open it up. So I have not wrote my name in it because this is not going anywhere at all. This is just for my pleasure. I have a edge tool punch, which I just did a little design in the middle there, just to give it a bit of a difference. And then on this page, because this one doesn't really lie flat, I stamped my Gorgeous Gal portrait in, and it didn't always do, so I just did it with hand on certain areas. And this is called the reading log. I'm not going to colour in it because I quite like the simplicity of the black and white. It looks so much nicer. I might colour in these just to match the rest of it. Over the next page I do have a dot grid system, like the guideline basic spacing, and that's only because I wanted to know how many was across and how many is down. Then I have a quote on this side, which is Albus Dumbledore from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, and it does not do well to dwell on dreams and forget to live. So that is a very positive message, I think. And then I just added some light pink, some lilac, light blue, and yeah, and I think it turned out really well. This is my system for this reading log. So with the reading log, I wanted to document everything that I have read and how many stars I give it. So I have a 5-star rubber stamp, which you could get on Etsy or Google. The Etsy one was a little bit more pricier because it was in a pack. And it's a lot. It's a whole planner pack. But I only wanted the stars, and there's some quite cute hearts in there that I'm like add to the board around here or something. Not 100% sure. So for my first section, let me move my drink. I've done a little key. So I've done the numbers of my brush pen Tombos. So I'm using the N65, which is a physical book, and the 451, which is an ebook. So that is including in the Kindles or any other type of ebook that I will use, because I do have some Google books as well. So that, and then I'm going to put them into years. So I've got 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Then I've got 2016, 2017. I haven't finished off the totals. 2018, 2019, 2020. My Kindle actually broke, and I had to get a new Kindle. And also, I have a funny feeling between those, I did read some books, but it never registered on my Goodreads. And I don't know why, because I always have everything synced to my Goodreads. So I have no idea why, but that is the reason. That has no things in it. So as you can see down here, you've got some grey in here, some yellow, some light blue. So yeah, I've got it all down here. So how I'm going to do this, and I'm going to sort of walk it through, but I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can actually see a little bit better. Just got to remember that it might not be in focus all the time. So for 2012, I have my totals as well. So in this section here is how many pages were in each of those books. So that's how many pages I read. How many books underneath, like over this side where the stars are, is how many books in total. And then each one will have the star rating out of 5. So like, I did a Midnight Sun, which was a 2008 draft, and that was only 264 pages, and I gave that 5 stars. So you can see what it's like. I need something to put under. Oh no, put my phone under. There we go. Because it's hard for me to hold up whilst I'm not well. So for 2012, I read a total of 2,728 pages. And then it has a breakdown. 2013, I read 20 books, which was 6,443 pages. Pretty much, I think there's only one from here, which is a 3-star, which was the Eclipse. Eclipse is not my favourite of the vampire, Twilight saga. That's the one I was on about. I had the first book of Pretty Little Liars, which I enjoyed because it's completely different setup to everything else. As you can see, it is not a perfect straight line where how I've stamped all of these, and you'll see how it goes even worse when I get further in. So, and then with the pages I have coloured with the key of whether it's a physical book or a ebook. So my Twilight book series is a paperback, which I am slowly changing into hardback. And then the rest, I think, yeah, my Twilight is the only one that was physical that year. So in 2013, that is when I started reading the Billionaire series by Melody Ann. Harry Potter is a reread. I will put in rereads into each year so that I can keep an eye on what books I am rereading. Though the Billionaire ones did not reread into here, so I will be putting that in as of now, from now on, basically. Which book? In 2013, I was on Goodreads, and because I kind of like Twilight, A Shade of Vampire by Bella Frost, she sent me a early 3-chapter of the book to see what I would think, and it is an amazing series. I need to get back into it and reread it because I really want to read more, but they're only tiny like books. Well, they're not, I'll say they're tiny, but they're like 296 pages, and I think there's like 16 or 17 books in that series now. And it was really good series. So yeah, and then 2014, which is down the bottom, I started down there and then it goes on to the next page. So I've read 24 books at 6,699 pages. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 books that I had physical books of, which was Bloodlines, The Golden Lily, which is the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. I love that series. And then I've got 2, if I can get over here, 2 that are the graphic novels, and they were amazing. Divergent I bought as a paperback because they did it as the movie cover, which you would see in my bookshelf tour, which I have all of them in that. And then the other 2 I bought as ebooks because I was away. I think we were house sitting, me and my husband, and I decided that I wanted to read the rest of the books, and they're just amazing. I pretty much did all 5 stars. There is 2 in there that are 4 stars that year. Got an itch. Then 2015, let me just move my candle out of the way so I don't knock it. Let's see if I can get this in a bit better angle. There we go. That's how I write, it's an angle as well. I've not added this up because I haven't done all of the pages or anything, but I will go into it and sort it all out. So yeah, I did quite a few and think on this one. Nope, not as many as I thought I did. So here we are. There's only a few. There is a few 3 stars in this one, and a few 4 stars, and a few 5. Then in 2016, I read quite a lot that year, and they're all ebooks except from one in 2016, which was the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which was a physical book because my husband got me that. And then 2017 was quite a big year for 4 stars for me that year. And then 2018 I only read 2 books. 2019 only 1. I go through phases where I don't want to read and then I do read. And then 2021, I started in pretty much September, October, started reading again. So that's the reason why there is so many books. I have not finished this book yet, but that will be classed in this year. Because I've pretty much read most of it in 2021. And then this will be my 2022. So as you can see, I do a outline in 0.2. I'm gonna zoom you out again, just because it is a little bit zoomed in. Right, so I do the outline, these ones in a 0.2, and then the thinner line, like the individual lines, I do in the 1.1. So I'll do one. Oh, come on. Right, so I always check with my previous page what I do. And I always do a double line. Like so. As I do again, I cough. And I think I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle. So 1, 2. So there. I think it's there, isn't it? Doesn't look quite right now. Yeah. So that's it for the 0.2, and then I go in with the final one. As I say, like, it carries on going down, so it looks quite neat. I'm going to speed this up for you guys. That's what I mean by if you go wrong, you just use the white gel pen. And then it erases it out. Not perfect, but it works to that extent. So yeah, I love this Archer and Olive. This is also a craft size that I like to do, sketchbook wise, scrapbooking. I love the 12x12 and the 8x8 sizes. They are just a really easy layout for me to use. So yeah, I hope this is kind of giving you a little bit of tips of what you could do for a reading journal if you don't want to do like a yearly one like everybody else is doing. If you're just wanting to log and that. Also, I'm going to go into my other one, which is the A5. It is quite chunky. I am in love with this one. It's a nice size. So with this one, same again, I did my Harry Potter stickers, which are from platform 9 3/4, which is at King's Cross Station. Which is here in the UK. I haven't done the nameplate because of course it's the same. And then I did another Gorgeous Girl stamp. And this one is my reading reviews. Now, I did the same dot grid spacing. This one will have a quote on it. I haven't got round to doing it yet. And then this is where I put my notes on how I feel about the book. I haven't done this one. My Big Fat Fake Wedding by Lauren Landish. Now, One of Us is lying in here, XOXO, and The Spanish Love Deception is as well. Wicked Fox and The Glass of Throne is down the bottom. Now, you'll see that these are not quite the same size. I kind of went a bit wrong. So you'll see after a while, I then shift it down. So it should be this size, like so. But it's the same sort of system that I did with the other one. Here is where I went wrong. You can't quite actually see it on camera. But if I bring it up, I bet you would be able to see where I went wrong. It's not actually showing up that bad. I think this one shows up a bit more. But yeah, you can see where I went wrong there. So for this, I am going to be putting in the book covers. Because I think some of the books are adorable. And because I don't have physical books, I have a lot of ebooks. So it's just nice to see the actual cover of the books. Pardon me. So yeah, I will put the title at the top with the stars, and then the ones on the bottom will have the title at the bottom with the stars above it. Just to give it a bit of difference. But yeah, I am doing it this way. For the solely fact that I will get a lot of book reviews in here. So yeah, I don't know if I put them in here. I did. So in the back of this, I've just got new ink, by the way, so that's the reason why these are printed out. These are the books that I have in my to read collection. So I have Peach Blossom Pavilion, Stress Proof Your Life, Undercover Witch Academy, Not the Girl You Marry, Richard Castle Raising Heat, which is from Castle, the TV series. Lemonade, because I've heard some good stuff about that. That is not what I think it's supposed to say, because that is not the version I have. That's in a different language. That I will be putting it in. I think that is the other books to the Big Fat series. That is not in the language I thought it was. I must have just been a bit at the time. So I've got My Big Fat Fake Engagement, Saving Liberty, Twin Influence, I'll Tell You I Love You But Then I'll Have to Kill You, Joy at Work, Since You've Been Gone is another one that I've had on my TBR for ages. Vicious Spirits, which is the second one to Wicked Fox. And then The Queen of Twirling, because I have a lot of those books that I really want to get into. So yeah, they just go in the back because I just print them out all at once. If you want the size dimension that I use, I will put that down below in the description if I remember. So hopefully, note to self, future Lilac. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this because it's going to hold a lot of reviews, especially when I want to do like a quarterly review. Maybe if you guys want me to do a couple more, or what you would like me to do, then I'll be happy to accommodate that. Let me just put the barcode in because I didn't do a marker for this. If you guys have some suggestions of what videos you want me to do, please leave them down below and I will get around to it. I might do a monthly like review of the books that I've read. I know I haven't done it this year, so I might do one for the new year, and then it's all caught up, especially when I've got all of the reviews now in here, and go from there. So I hope you guys have a good new year. Stay safe, especially with this new variant going around, and I will see you all in the next video.